Be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to be notified every time we release a new video.
Didier Deschamps. Being part of the French golden generation who dominated world football, and also captaining the team that won the 1998 World Cup and Euro 2000, Didier Deschamps was destined to become one of the most renowned managers worldwide. Born on the 15th of October 1968 in Bayonne, near the Spanish border, the talented manager started his coaching career almost immediately after his retirement as a footballer. He was appointed as manager of AS Monaco FC on the 1st of July 2001, replacing Claude Puel. Association Sportive de Monaco Football Club SA, known as AS Monaco or simply Monaco, is a unique club of the French football elite. Even though it is based in the sovereign city-state of Monaco, the team has no domestic league to play in, so it was incorporated as a member of the French football system, representing France in European competitions. The team is one of the most successful clubs in French football history, being part of the first tier for all but 6 seasons since 1953, having won 8 league titles to date, and playing regularly in European competitions. Despite the town's population never reaching more than 40,000 people, the locals have always supported their favourite team passionately, becoming one of the strongholds in French football in the 1990s. They were fighting with the local rival Olympique de Marseille for the supremacy of the biggest club in the Mediterranean. Another intense local derby is against OGC Nice, but nowadays the main rival is one of the wealthiest clubs in the world, Paris Saint-Germain FC. Following the departure of some key players in 2000 due to financial issues, Monaco's season was quite disappointing, finishing 11th, just 6 points ahead of the relegation zone, unable to defend the championship trophy won a year ago. Didier Deschamps' lack of managerial experience, however, was not an obstacle when he was called to return the team to its former glory. He signed for 4 years, combining the positions of a team head coach and technical director. On the 28th of July 2001, he officially debuted as one of the youngest coaches in French football history against Sochaux. Despite the 0-1 defeat, almost 10,000 supporters waved the team's display and set their hopes on the promising manager. But after a meandering season, AS Monaco barely escaped the relegation zone, finishing 15th. A disaster performance compared with the background of all expectations. During the campaign, Deschamps was involved in a confrontation with Marco Simone, one of the Monaco superstars, regarding his performances. Simone then left the club and headed to AC Milan. Simone's departure lowered the team's morale, and most of the players' form dropped dramatically, mainly due to Deschamps' poor experience as a manager. Due to his natural intelligence, though, he quickly adapted to the challenging situation and managed to turn things around. In the summer of 2002, he got rid of some of the team's stars, such as Oliver Bierhoff and Florian Radicchio, because of their poor performances. That was then followed by the arrival of both Jerome Rotten and Patrice Evra to give the squad more depth. Deschamps' decision to rely on young talent and carefully selected transfer signings paid off immensely. AS Monaco made a significant progress, winning the 2003 Coupe de la Ligue after a solid 4-1 victory over Sochaux, and being runner-up in Ligue 1 after a fierce battle with Olympique Lyonnais, finishing just a single point behind them. The flamboyant striker Shabani Nonda and the explosive winger Jerome Rotten formed the league's best attack in that season, whereas the captain Ludwig Julie was an instrumental figure in midfield. Nonda's excellent shooting accuracy, heading and conversion of chances catapulted him to the Ligue 1 top scorer. Following this remarkable turnaround, the team deserved a spot for the UEFA Champions League. The impressive on-pitch performance was, however, combined with a complicated situation off the pitch. Due to AS Monaco's enormous debts, the club was expelled from Ligue 1 and forced to participate in the French second tier. After numerous appeals during the summer break, the club's elite status was preserved, but it was banned from signing new players. Despite the ban, Deschamps and his staff used some loopholes in the regulations and managed to build a competitive squad, securing some exceptional loan deals for 6 players, including the underrated Spanish striker Fernando Morientes and young prospects Hugo Ibarra and Emmanuel Adebayor. Deschamps also convinced his star players to stay with the club, and the only valuable departure being Rafael Marquez. Barcelona's €5.25 million offer for the central defender could not be rejected, because AS Monaco desperately needed fresh funds. Without a doubt, 2003-04 was a memorable season in AS Monaco history, given the club's financial strife. The financially struggling club finished third in Ligue 1, and Deschamps led the team to its first UEFA Champions League final after a tremendous performance throughout the tournament. Being drawn in a relatively competitive group alongside Spanish team Deportivo La Coruña, Dutch champions PSV, and Greek team AEK, AS Monaco comfortably won the group. The clash against Deportivo, played on the 5th of November 2003, was a match that will always remain in the football chronicles. About 17,000 supporters saw the highest scoring game in the tournament at that time. Deschamps' team produced an incredible attacking display to thrash Deportivo. The Man of the Match award went to Monaco's backup striker, Dedo Perso, who scored 4 goals in a breathtaking 8-3 win, which was a joint competition record at that time. After a difficult elimination of the ambitious Lokomotiv Moscow in the round of 16, the quarterfinals seemed like an impossible objective, as the French side faced the mighty Real Madrid in the quarterfinals. But after 2 spectacular games inspired by Ludovic Giuly and Fernando Morientes, who was ironically still contracted to Los Blancos, Deschamps' side reached the semi-finals against one of his former clubs, Chelsea. This was yet another clash where Monaco impressed the football world by stunning the tournament's favourites after another star performance by Morientes. He scored 2 goals, becoming the top scorer of the Champions League, with 9 goals in total and making himself the team's top scorer for all competitions, being on the scoresheet in 22 occasions. The rookie French manager led his team to one of the most glamorous matches, the final of the Champions League. Despite Monaco's exceptional form, the final battle against Porto, led by the sensational coach Jose Mourinho, was lost 0-3. Although no one remembers the losing finalists, Monaco's fairy tale in the 2003-04 season was one of the greatest ever. It would not be possible without Deschamps' efforts to stabilise the team, focusing his work on the pitch and protecting the players from the challenging financial situation. The following season was not as successful as the previous one, though. The team reached another 3rd place in Ligue 1, mainly because of Deschamps' managerial skills. The magical attacking trio of Morientes, Giuly and Rotten was not part of the team anymore, and their replacements were still quite inexperienced for major achievements. Deschamps resigned as a coach on September the 19th, 2005, due to AS Monaco's disappointing start of the championship and failure to qualify for the Champions League group stage. Despite that, Didier Deschamps was forced to learn the game's nuances and hints quickly. He was not stuck to a particular playing scheme, but he established a solid 4-3-3 at Monaco, setting up a quick and dynamic game that pushes forward based on the offensive style he preferred. The undisputed goalkeeper was Flavio Roma. Alongside him were 2 commanding centre-backs and a pair of explosive full-backs, Patrice Evra and Hugo Ibarra, being utilised the most. They supported the world-class inside forwards, Giuly and Rotten, who both in turn supplied Fernando Morientes, the usual striker for the team. The midfield zone consisted of 3 hard-working and intelligent players, highly efficient when distributing the ball in all areas. During his 4-year coaching period in AS Monaco, Deschamps could not build a truly sustainable squad because of the club's constant financial troubles. Jean-Louis Kempora, the longest managing AS Monaco president who resigned in 2003, after 28 years at the club, invested a considerable amount of money in improving the team's training facilities and transformed the club into one of the most successful French teams in history. However, his efforts and fortune were not sufficient to prevent the financial crisis that started at the end of 1999 that threatened the club's professional status. Peter Sfara inherited Kempora, and during his presidency, the team reached the 2003-04 UEFA Champions League final, but he failed to stabilize the club's debts. Therefore, he left his position as a chairman a few months after the European success. Despite all the glory for the team, it was the worst financial year in Monaco's history. The heavy debts, estimated at approximately 87 million euros before the season's start, almost cost the team its magnificent European run. The unstable financial situation limited Deschamps' ability to sign players in the transfer market, and his biggest arrival was Ernesto Cheverton from Italian Lecce for 10 million euros. In contrast, the AS Monaco superstars, Ludovic Giuly and Jerome Rotten, were transferred respectively for 8.5 million euros and 10 million euros because of the challenging situation. Nowadays, more than 20 years after his coaching debut for Monaco, we can clearly say that Deschamps displayed a stunning managerial performance at all clubs he was appointed to, especially his stint with the Monégasque. His work, dedication and brave decisions earned him a place in football history as a great player and an inspirational coach.